Hi, this week's parasha is Parashas Emor. In this week's 2-minute discussion, we are going to discuss an idea that comes up in this week's parasha that is very relevant to this time of year. In this week's parasha, we discuss the Chag, the holiday of Shavuos. In our lives now, we are counting what's known as the Omer, 50 days from Pesach to Shavuos. Now, in general, this is looked at as the days leading up to the giving of the Torah. The Jewish people in the desert, after they left Mitzrayim, they received the Torah from God. Now, in general, this is what we look at the counting of the Omer as. Rav Hirsch points out that this is in fact not the case. In general, the sages teach us that it was not 50 days after leaving Mitzrayim that we received the Torah, but 51 days. So, if we're counting 50 days and then celebrating, shouldn't it be 51 days and then celebrating the day we received the Torah? Why are we celebrating the day before? Rav Hirsch explains that this gives us two ideas, one a positive and one a negative. To start with the negative, if we would celebrate the day of the giving of the Torah, it could lead to a misconception that somehow this day is more important than the other days laws were given. And that is not the case. For as Jews we believe that each commandment given by God is as important as the next. The 10 commandments were important, but by no means any more important than any of the other commandments given over the time of the Jewish people in the desert. The second idea is a positive one. If we're not celebrating the day of Matan Torah, what are we celebrating? Rav Hirsch explains that we're celebrating the day before. What happened on the day before? The day before is the day the Jewish people became ready. They were preparing themselves to be ready to receive the Torah. Now this mirrors our situation right now. We are counting up towards Matan Torah, getting ourselves ready, so to speak, perfecting ourselves, as like the Jewish people were in the desert, preparing themselves for this mission given to them by God, so too are we. It is a day of preparation, a day we became ready. So to recap these two ideas, we're celebrating the 50th day, not the 51st day. Why? The 50th day was not the day the Jewish people received the Torah. Two ideas. Firstly, it dispels a misconception. If we would hallow the day of the giving of the Torah, the misconception that somehow this day is more important than the other commandments could linger. And the second point, the idea that we are celebrating the day leading up, the day the Jewish people became ready, and mirroring this in our lives by counting the Omer, a day that we can be proud of as a nation, the day the Jewish people became ready. That is the day we are celebrating, and that is what we are mirroring with the counting of the Omer. Thank you very much for listening, and have a wonderful Shabbos.